guys are second to none when it comes to welcome.
Talking to Coach Ryan, he mentioned, like you see the development, like the things that he gets the most gratification from is like, hey, I showed somebody this in the film room, and they went and did it, and you can see that in their face. You can obviously get rewarded for that. What were some of those things for you that you kind of were harping on early on with your guys that you're like, by the end of spring, like we started to pick some of these things up?
It's about, I tell guys to trust your process, not the process. The process meaning everything we got going. Now, it's a time that we're going to trust the process. That's when we in here going over plays and techniques and things of that nature. But trusting your process is, I'm breaking something down that's just for you. Like, I'm coming just to you with this technique because
unofficial visitors from the
it's
spring.
hindering your game.
How's it been like?
And we're going to work on it. We're going to work on it. And to go to each and every one of my guys with something that they need to fix after day one and seeing them fix it by day 4 and then hitting something else on day 4 and they fixing it by day 7. You guys are showing me, one, that you're coachable, 2, that we're going to be a great program if you guys keep listening like this, 3, you trust me, right? And when you trust me and you do those things, I can trust you to put you on the field in the fall. So, man, just seeing those guys get better every single day at the little details that some of them didn't have. Not because of coaching, not because of them, it's because they just didn't have it. And to nitpick it and watch them develop it every day and then get good at it and build confidence with it, man, it's so refreshing. It's so refreshing to watch it.
So talking to some guys during spring, it was like technique was like, they were talking about like my technique was night and day. Where does that land on the list of like important things to you? Is that by far the top, or kind of how do you approach that side of it?
I think technique as a corner is at the top of the list. Without it, man, it's too many good receivers out here to go out there without a plan. So giving everybody a structured plan and watching you work your plan and watching you build confidence in yourself with this plan, and then it's showing in your game.
Tell them this, look.
Man, sometimes I sit in my hot tub at home and I'm sweating, but tears just rolling as I'm watching the film, because I will go back to day 1 and watch a technique that I told a kid that he probably never heard of, and then day 7, he's telling me, coach, with this technique, and he is confidence in him now. And I'm not about to act like the room didn't have no confidence, man. They had a great coaching coach, though. I think what he did with them was amazing. We had 2 different eyes for things, and I'm a nitpicker. I want to see what you're bad at, and we're going to fix that, so we don't have no flaws in our game. And we also going to strengthen our strengths while we're doing that, right?
We got the greatest recruit,
and I did that for every single guy in the room, and man, it's worked. That's my philosophy. I've been doing it since I got into coaching, and it's worked, man. And I'm gonna continue to do it. I'm gonna continue to make sure I break them down and build them up. And when I build them up, they're gonna be unbreakable. That's my goal.
Marcellus was a guy who came, a local guy who kind of came in with a lot of acclaim. What have you seen from day 1 when you started working with him, and kind of where have you seen the progress, and what do you want to see from him continuing moving forward?
Say it one more time.
What do you want to see continuing from him moving forward? What kind of progress have you seen from Marcellus since you got him?
Oh man, he's a talented young man. Kid got ball skills. He have everything. Just want to see him continue to get better. And that's for everyone in the room. Like, the whole room is not just him. Because even when we play our best, we could have played better. Right? You ever did something and was like, man, I know I killed it. And then you watch the film, you like, I could have did better. Right? Or you ever felt like you played bad, and then you watch the film and you're like, it's not that bad. Right? So, man, I just want all those guys to go in this off season with the mindset we about to get better. Because we started slow, we got better, and then we got real good. Now it's time to see if we can get to great. Right? Before the season starts. I don't want you to get great during the season. I want it in fall camp. So this summer is very important. It's crucial. We're going to work, and we're going to outwork whoever, whenever, however. That's the mindset. And we'll see where the chips fall.
Anybody that impressed you with, that you started working with, you're like, oh, maybe let's see where this goes, to like, oh, he's really starting to understand and pick things up in a lot of ways that maybe within your group that really maybe stood out throughout the spring?
I think all those guys, man. I think I'm not being. I think everyone had something to work on, including myself, and we worked on it, and we found ourselves getting better at it, right? And
Our style and me and Dan's style.
as spring went on, I challenged them even harder. Like, I will put them in certain situations that if we get into that situation in the fall, soon as we get in a situation, they're gonna hear my voice in the head, right? And when you could, it's like I tell them, it's like playing a video game. You play video games? Remember when you first started playing, how you had to look down, find a button, look back at the TV, look down, find this button, look back at the TV, and then after you did it over and over and over and over, you could just stare at the TV and press any button you want. And that's how it's gonna be with your technique, right? I'm that guy. When we first start, you're gonna be looking down to see what's going on, cause you're trying to feel it out. By day 15, you're gonna be staring at the TV, and that's exactly how every single guy in the corner room left. They left with confidence. They left making plays. They left like we all left feeling good about going into the summer. And it's only time to build. It's time to build on it. It's not time to get lackadaisical and say, "Oh, I arrived." No. We're gonna build on it. We're gonna be even better moving forward.
So you mentioned that kind of second nature type of deal. What are some of the key components of that you're like, hey, you have to be able to do these things to play for me?
Man, you got to compete at a high level. You got to compete, man, and that's not just for me. That's for Coach Riley. We speak that, we breathe that competition, right? You got to be a dog. Talked about this before. You got to be a dog. Man. You gotta be willing. This is a big boy league. You got to be willing to tackle. You got to be willing to cover whoever. You got to be willing to cover a first round pick, right? So you got to be able to compete with a first round pick every play, every day. So I feel like we're doing that in practice with some of our receivers. So man, I wholeheartedly believe iron sharpen iron. Those guys getting us ready for whoever we face, and we're getting them ready for whoever they face. So, man, the competition is amazing, and it's every day. It's not a day go by that I don't let my guys compete, and it's the same for Coach Simmons and Coach Chad Savage. So, man, we in this thing together. Yes, we compete at practice, but man, after practice, we're finding ways to nitpick each other and get each other better. And I've never been a part of nothing that was like that. So, man, it's shout out to the head coach for structuring this thing the right way.
Maybe on that note, you've alluded to it a couple times, like yourself getting better, yourself improving. Where have you seen that kind of show? Where do you feel like, hey, I'm a better coach in this area right now?
Man, just being super consistent for my guys. Showing up the same me every day, no matter what I'm going through at home, no matter what's going through in real life. Showing up for my guys every day when we're between those white lines. Because at the end of the day, man, we all have problems, right? Outside of football. So I be wanting my guys to know that just because I'm your coach, man, I'm human too. I'm human too, so I'm willing to share my problems with my guys because I want them to be open and share their problems with me. I don't want them to feel like I only could talk to coach about football, because that's not the case. I want you to talk to me about everything you got going on in life. If I have the answer, I'm gonna give you the answer. If I don't, I'm gonna find it. And that's what that's what this game gotta still be about. We can't get away from the principles in this game and why we started coaching. Right, we started this thing to change young men's lives, right? To get them paid, but also to change their lives as men. I make sure every day I do that with at least one of my players every day. Like, I'm coming dive deep into your life every day, right? And it's gonna be one of y'all. If I see a look in your eye, it's gonna be you. And when you like that with your guys, you find out more about your guys. You know what buttons you can press with your guys. You know how far you got to take it. You know which button to press with your guys, right? And I'm telling you, when it's, to me, seeing my improvement from day 1 to day 15 was amazing for me when I self-reflect. So When I had my exit meeting, my guys felt the exact same. So man, that gave me confidence. It gave them confidence. And we're gonna continue to build each other up.
Switching gears a little bit, the recruiting side has really, continued to carry over, pick up very well since a lot of you guys got here. You're a big component of that. But what makes it work here? Why are you guys having so much success right now?
First off, man, look who our head coach is. Man, the GOAT, man. Second, man, look, we got the best GM in all of football. Point blank period. We got the best GM in all of football. And the guys he got with him, and Dre and Chad and those guys, man. I mean, Dre and Wes and those guys, like, second to none. And man, we grind. We grind, man, from Coach Lynn on the defenses. I'm speaking just for the defensive side. From Coach Lynn to Coach Rob to Coach Haney to Coach Belt to me to Noah to even to the guys around us, and AJ and Sky and Boot and Gordo, Matt. Like, man, when it comes to this recruiting stuff, we put work in. We put work in, and we do it as a staff, and it's been successful for us, and it's going to continue to be successful for us as long as we continue to do it the right way.
You talked about kind of diving into the players' lives and getting personal with them. What was the feedback from them? Like, how quickly did they take to that?
Man, it was quick. It was quick. Those guys, they love the way, because I'm personal when I coach. Like, I don't do all the yelling and screaming. That's not who I am. I didn't like him when I was a player, so I don't want to do it, right? I'm more so when I creep up on you quiet, it hurt a little more when I whisper it in your ear, right? So, man, just getting real, like, just knowing what buttons to press, just like knowing them as men, not just the number on your jersey, the football player. I think they appreciate that the most, because it get deep. It get deep, especially when we one-on-one things get deep, and I don't want it no other way, man. I want that real relationship. I want you to tell me exactly how you feel, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how I feel. And it just go back to recruiting. I'm never gonna lie to a kid. I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. It might hurt, but guess what? When you're doing good, I'm gonna tell you the truth also. It's not gonna just be one way. I'm not gonna only tell you the truth when you're doing bad. I'm gonna tell you the truth when you're doing good too. I want to build you up too, but I'm also be a man and look you in your eye and tell you if you're doing wrong. So I mean, I feel like our guys really appreciate that, man, and it's been working. It's been working.
How much did you go back and look at some of the film from last year and previous years, or was it kind of clean slate and hit spring and go with your guys?
I've went back and watched one. It wasn't to study our players; it was more so to study the defense. I've done it several times, but again, man, I wanted everyone with a clean slate. Everyone got a clean slate, man. Let's compete, and I made sure I made that clear at the beginning of it. Like, I'm a new coach, man. You got a new opportunity. Whatever you did, you did. If you caught 10 picks, cool. If you caught no picks, cool. What you do today is going to determine if you get on that field in the fall. So every day, show up and compete. Those guys took that, man. It boosted some guys' confidence, and those guys been rolling. Everybody been rolling. Everybody been competing, and we pride ourselves on sticking together. Like, no one is. If someone starts separating themselves from the pack, we're not going to pull him down with negativity. You better catch up to him, right? So, man, I'm just every day just harping on those things and watching the guys compete, watching the guys celebrate their brother's success. I sit back, man, and man, be getting teary-eyed. I remember when my head coach used to cry in high school. I used to be like, man, what you crying for? I see now, right? I see now.
One of the things, guys looking back at last year, said that we wanted to improve on was getting handles, right? Interceptions, all that. What was your sense, especially for the corners, this spring, of that ability and where they might be able to get to?
First off, I make all of them catch 50 balls a day. And it's every which way. It's not just standing there catching 50. No, it's every which way. Like, ball skills is going to be elite. If the ball come our way, we got to find a way to either knock it down or come down with it. So, man, we got our hands on quite a few, and the guys had fun doing it, and it's building confidence. It's showing them they could do it, right? And a confident man is a problem to deal with, and right now I have a room full of confident men. So, man, my goal is to keep them boys level-headed, keep them confident, also continue to work, making sure we not somebody not catching 49 instead of 50, right? And when we get to that, the sky's the limit for that room.
Coach Lynn talked about the room elevating this spring, but maybe not. Two guys separating as like clear starters. Eventually, when that decision has to be made, what's going to push guys over the top to be first guys out there?
Consistency. Whoever the most consistent, and whoever Coach Lynn and myself and Coach Belk is most confident in. And that don't mean the two that roll out we not confident in the others. It's just those two is the most consistent, right? So, man, whoever it may be, but I just know we have good enough guys that everyone can play.
What do you like in terms of rotation and how many guys?
Now we got AI out there. Hell, that'll be somebody else.
So,
Hey, look.
man, Rob being loud. What you said?
What do you like in terms of a rotation and just how many you want to be able to send out there?
Man, I don't have a set number. It's really on however Coach Lynn let me do it. If he one of those guys that let me rotate, I'm gonna try to rotate and let everybody play early, right? If he's a guy that only wants 3 to 4 guys to rotate, 3 to 4 guys gonna rotate. So, man, I'm one of those guys that, man, whatever my DC wants, that's what he gonna get, and he gonna get my best, my very best. And if he tell me I can play 6 gonna play. Some way, somehow. But if you tell me I only can play 3 gonna play. So it's one of those things where when I sit down with him, I would definitely have my opinion. He would let me have my opinion. And he's gonna have his opinion too. And at the end of the day, his opinion matters. He's the DC. So whatever he say, I'm rolling with it. I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability.
You talked about needing to be physical on the edge here.
Oh, for sure.
Was there one or two or a couple guys that improved this spring in terms of going and tackling and hitting and being physical?
It was really everybody.
They always get some names
Honestly,
like that.
like that's real.
There's guys like that that are just
A standard got set in the room, and if you was below the standard, you felt it. You don't want to be that guy, right? So we had everybody matching it, from scholarship to walk. Like whoever was lined up at corner, we was trying to bring it every play because it was a mentality I was trying to instill in them. And man, we competed, man. It's some ballers over there on offense, and we competed with those guys every single day. So, man, it's one of those deals. We got better, and they got us better, and vice versa. We got them better. So it was a real iron sharpen iron type deal.
Yeah, I know.
But man,
I missed a lot.
it's gonna get even better in the fall.
What does, I mean, you see Jacoby out there, you see Prince out there, like those aren't easy guys to imagine. What was the sense of the corners just being able to go against them and how they stack out?
It's a mindset. Every day I walk in there and we talk about a mindset. Man, it's either you a pit bull or you a poodle, right? Like, cause it's all different type of dogs. Everybody say they're a dog, but it's a million type dogs, right? So you got your vicious dogs, and you got your little dogs that bark loud. As soon as you open the gate, they come sniff your feet. We not gonna be them type dogs. We the dogs that you don't have to say much, but if anybody come near you bite. And that gotta be the mindset. Anytime we doing one-on-ones, block it up. Anything we competing, you better show up and show out. And I'm sitting back with my popcorn and my Diet Coke and I'm watching the show, right? So it's a mindset, and if I tell it to them over and over, it's gonna be like playing that video game. The moment we do something that we compete, you're gonna hear that little voice in your head of me saying, man, you better do it. You better do it with your best ability. So it's, again, man, we got a head man who's a winner. He know how to win. So everything we do is structured the right way. We just got to handle our part.
I know you have all of training camp to go, but coming out of spring, what do you feel like are some of your guys' strengths? What are some things that you're really happy with that you guys have progressed in just in terms of the cornerback group and DB group?
How close we got as a group. Like, you had transfers, you had guys who was about to leave, you had freshmen who was redshirt freshmen who didn't play as much, and to watch everyone come together and believe the plan, buy in and trust in what I'm saying, man, that's so satisfying. That's, to me, like that right there is put me on a different level when it comes to happiness. Because to see those guys happy for each other when a guy who they competing with make a play, you know how hard that is? That's not normal, right? So to see everybody run out there when a guy make a play, when this guy make a play, they all run out there again. It's like it's no, I'm not cheering for him. I'm not cheering for, no, it's everybody cheering for each other. And that's when you know your group is headed in the right direction, right? So, again, I'm only speaking for my group, but it's really the whole defense. And those guys, Henny, Rob, Newell, Belt, Coach Lynn did a phenomenal job with their position. But right now, I'm just speaking for the corners. I've seen us grow and become young men in 15 practices. So I am excited about what we're going to do moving forward.
Well, where is Braylon Conley kind of taking steps this spring? I know you've been sort of general but I guess his biggest strengths right now is
man, that kid is a ball player. He got a knack for the ball. He's physical. He's a natural cornerback, right? And it shows. It shows at a lot of times. He had a lot of great reps this spring. And like I told him, man, we just got to work. We just got to work. We got to transit. We got to go to the summer, get better, get stronger, get faster, get all those things, and let it transition into spring. To camp. And then the season right around the corner. It's no time to go back. We ain't going back. That's with nobody in the room. If you take a step back, man, there's too much competition in the room. If you take a step back, it's on you. We not going back. So man, he had a very solid spring. Again, like I told him, no going back. No going back.
And that works.
Appreciate the time.
Yes, sir.